Time with Billionaire Nee.
Previously on Time with Billionaire Nee.
Time with Billionaire Nee is a time bound. Don't set an outrageous goal that has no limits. Deadlines are very important. Don't say someday. Nah. Someday isn't a day in a week. It's not a day in a month. Someday could be anything. Could be in another 5 years. So I want you to set goals that are time bound. So you want to write these things down. Okay? If you've never heard that before, then this is it. Specific. And this is very easy. You can always check that. Run the litmus paper test. Achievable, relevant, and then time bound. So when you set a goal, run that through this litmus paper test. Because remember, all you have to do is to just do it once. When you do it once, you have it for the entire year. So for example, let me give you one example. My career goals, what I want to do when it comes to this aspect of my life, I'm tying that into my big vision that I want to accomplish. I want to record at least 4 videos monthly. Of course, 4 motivational videos. Like the one I'm doing now. So, career-wise, I want to be a great speaker. I want to be speaking to people, motivating people all over the world. In 5 years, when I'm 41, that's where I see myself. That's what I see myself doing. So when I'm setting a goal in 2026, and I realize that aspect of my life is low, which I have here, there's 3 areas that I want to focus on, I want to set goals that I can actually meet this criteria, but then draws me towards where I want to get to. If I want the world to hear my voice, I need to put my voice out there. It's as simple as that. So record 4 motivational videos monthly. So every month I have 4 videos to record. So let's check if it's specific. I said 4 motivational videos. That's very specific. Measurable. Yes, I can measure. At the end of the year, I should be able to calculate and say that if I'm supposed to record 4 videos every month, then in a year, how many videos do I need to have? So I have that down. I know the amount of videos I need to have to meet this criteria. So it's measurable. Is it achievable? Yes, it's achievable. 4 videos, all I need to do is to shoot 1 video every week. It's possible. It's achievable. Is it relevant? Yes. I want my voice to be out there. I want the world to hear the goodness of God to me. I want the world to hear about the tongue that God has blessed me with to speak. I want to be able to speak out and let the world hear. Yes, it's very relevant to what I want to accomplish, to the big picture. And that connects to my purpose. I want to reach people with a spoken word. For some strange reasons, that's the feeling I have. And that's what I feel my purpose is connected to. It's as simple as that. Is it relevant? Yes. Is it time bound? Yes. In 24 months, every month I want to be able to record 4 videos. That's time bound. It's not a someday type thing. No. By the end of the year, I want to record 4 videos each month. Stand back. So you run the goal towards the litmus paper test. If it does not, you tweak it, you find a way that it actually meets the test. And to help you, it's not always the fact that it's something that is like 4 videos. No. One of my career goals is attend Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship. No. Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship. I think this is how it's written. It tells you I'm not a pain by my yet. Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship. Twice every month. At least twice every month. Is it specific? It is. And to attend a Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship. That's very specific. And they meet every Monday of the week, the chapter that I'm looking at. Is it measurable? Yes. I'm to attend at least twice. So at the end of every month, I want to make sure that I attended twice out of the 4 weeks of the month. Is it achievable? Yes. Because they meet once every month, once every week. So yes, it's very achievable. Is it relevant? Yes. Because that's a place that I meet a lot of great people, a lot of amazing people that are striving to grow, like myself. So yes, that's great. That's very relevant. Remember, relevance in terms of your big picture, in terms of the big picture. It may be relevant, but it's not relevant to you at this stage. It's not relevant to you right now. You see, so don't confuse the fact that the thing is relevant to being relevant to what you're trying to accomplish. And that's how people bring things to you and it's irrelevant, but you just do it anyway because you feel, oh, the thing is good. It's a good thing. No, it's not about things that are good. There are a million and one things that are good, but it's not all that is good for you. The Bible even talks about that. He says everything could be good, but it's not everything that fits you. So if it doesn't fit, it's irrelevant to you because it doesn't tie into nothing. If I go join the Ghana Footballers Association, that's a relevant thing. It's a relevant institution that is doing great stuff for people, but it's not relevant to me and the big picture of what I want to do, because in my 5 years, I don't see myself doing nothing with any Ghana association with soccer. If God pushes me there, that's serendipity. That's great. It just happened by chance. Things happen. But that's not when I'm planning my life. That's a part of my plan. So it's not relevant. Time bound. Yes, it's time bound. It's an infinity. It's happening. So you're thinking about things that are relevant to you. And you have to take your time to think. Think. And don't be afraid to run it through the test. When you run it through the test, you realize that there's something you have here that is achievable, is measurable, is specific, but it's not relevant. And there's stuff that are relevant, but it's not time bound. It's infinity. You don't want to do that. You want to set something that has a time, that at the end of the 12 months, you could check back and say that, okay, I said that I want to read 5 books on communication. I read 5 books on communication. You could check because there's time connected to it. When I want to read books on communication. You want to read books on communication? Shit. You could start reading. You could start reading from 5 years from now. But it has to be time bound. You could have a goal that is measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, but it's not specific. It's very vague. So you have to think. This deserves a lot of thinking and patience. Have patience. When you set a goal, run it through. If it is 5 goals that you set, if it is 10 goals, if it is 6 goals, however goals you set, run it through. And you see, when you begin to do that, you realize that your year already is getting occupied. So you don't even have time for a lot of nonsense. Because when you take your time and really set your goals and see what is really important to you, and you run it through the test, you realize that you don't have enough time. Because if I have to take time prepping to be able to shoot videos, I have to be able to attend full gospel, it means that my week is already occupied. So I don't have time for a lot of nonsense. My finances hasn't come, my health hasn't come. I'm not about to break those down. So I don't have time for someone who just walks up to me and presents me with something that has nothing to do with nothing. Just that it's something which is important to them. But they think that it could be important to me. But it's not. But if I don't have anything, I become jack of all trades because there's no focus. So I just jump on it and begin to get involved with something that does not really help me. Are you with me? Are you with me? If there are things that your money can just go into, your money goes into it, you keep it pushing. It's not your forte. But if finances was on your list, then you have to be careful what you put your money into, how you spend your money, all of that, what you buy. Are you with me? Very important. So you set those goals, as many as you want. I just have 4 of that. Now you can always change, you could always add stuff to it, but I just have 4. That if I do very well can help me. One of mine is, let me not tell you that one. But knowledge is important. Knowledge. In all your goals, make sure you include knowledge. Let me put that here. Something that has to do with knowledge. Because the biggest thing I tell people is knowledge. Because you can learn to do anything. You can learn to build anything. So if you're someone who's building from ground zero, you've never read anything about making money, nothing. You can always start by building knowledge. If you cannot read, talk to people who know it. Knowledge. So you can always include an element of that. So in my career goals, if I really want to build the way I want to build, I'm going to challenge myself to read a number of books in a year. And when I choose books to read, it's relevant. So time bound, achievable, measurable, specific. You have to put that in there. If it's reading 4 books, it's not important to just read 4 books. It's irrelevant. So when I'm reading books, I don't choose books that does not help me. So career-wise, I read books that is going to help me with speaking. I don't go reading books on sex for my career. Remember, yes, as a speaker, it may help me. But in terms of what I want to build right now, reading the books on how to how to have, I mean, I'm not saying sex is not bad. Maybe that's not the right example, because I love sex and stuff about sex. I love reading a lot about sex. My wife buys me a book on sex, so buy a partner books on sex. But that we both read. People in their funny ways of thinking, the wife is buying him books on sex. Look at you don't grow. All right, so you hate growth. So here's the thing, because if your husband wants to feel good, if you want your husband to do right so you feel good, get him books. If you want to enjoy something, you get books for yourself and for your partner. How can I do better? It's as simple as that. That's how you encourage yourself. All right. So knowledge is important. That's all I'm saying. Knowledge is important. So include something that has to do with knowledge. So I have to find books that are relevant to what I want to do, to career-wise. Books that are relevant. So if I want to be a speaker, I need to find things like how to win friends and influence people by Dale Carnegie. I need to find books like that and put on my list that at the end of the year, these are the books that I want to read. And I have to make sure it's very measurable, it's very achievable. I don't go put, I don't know, 2026, I want to have read 50 books. I mean, you're crazy. It's not achievable. I mean, it's achievable. Don't get me wrong, but you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. To know yourself. I'm not a fast reader. When you give my wife one page, she can finish it and tell you what the thing says. When you give me one page, I have to take my time and read it to really get to the end. So if I'm going to put down, I'm not going to put down, read 50 books by the end of 50 books on whatever, but that ties into my career at the end of 12 months. That's not achievable. Look at knowing myself. So it's very important. You got to know yourself. When you're setting your goals, know yourself. The Bible says, know thyself. Know yourself. If you're like me who cannot read fast, because when I was growing up, I didn't learn how to read fast. Some people can type very fast. So I'm not going to set a goal that talks about typing, that help me type 50-something manuscripts very fast, if that's part of my goal. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to give myself 3. So that I can challenge myself, but then I know 3 stretches me. But I'm still going to do it. If it is 4, I say one every quarter, then yes, I know it's achievable. It may stretch me, but it's achievable. And it's time bound. So that's what you want to do. So this is very crucial. Now you're setting goals. Are you with me? Now you're setting goals that matter. Goals that are relevant. Are you with me? So you do the same for finances. You do the same for health. Okay? Let me give you something on health for me. Let me give you something on health. To see if it's achievable. Health. Go out and run. So run once every week. I have to run once every week because I want to build my heart. So if I have to build my heart, I don't have to just walk. There are times I may walk, but at least I want to be able to run at least once every week. So every week I need to go out and then run. Is it specific? Yes, it's specific. You can judge that by yourself. And when you're doing yours, you have to judge yours too. Is it specific? Yeah. Go out and run once every week? Yes. Is it measurable? Yes. Once a week. I can measure that. That this week, did I run? Yes. I check it off my list. I've built a table that allows me to tick that this week I was able to run once a week. Is it achievable? Yes. Going out to run once a week? Yes, it's achievable. Is it relevant? Yes. I want to build my heart, my health. I want to be strong. I want my mind to be sharp and active. I want to go talk to people and feel strong. So yes, it's very relevant. Is it time bound? Yes. Once every week, I can calculate it and tell you in 12 weeks, 12 months, this is how many times I would have run. To measure that. It doesn't matter what a goal is. Measure that. Measure that. Measure that. Measure that. If you want to eat healthy, measure that. Eat healthy. You want to eat veggies at least once a week. Make sure it's relevant. You say, I want to, somebody says, I want to exercise every day. Yeah. But make it a little more specific. Make it a little more specific. Because when you do that, sometimes when you generalize, it's very difficult. Because there may be a day that you may not be able to exercise, and that may be a problem. Because you made it too huge. But set goals that are smart, but then it challenges you, but it doesn't push you to fail. And a lot of people do that because they feel like they want to be overachievers. So they set goals that they feel like they're stressing so much, like write 3 books. By the end of the year, I want to have written 5 books of mine. People take 1 year to write 1 book. You've not written even 1. You want to start setting goals about writing 5 books in a year. I mean, yes, it's great, it's achievable, all of that. But no, you knowing yourself, who haven't written even 1 book, is that achievable? If that's not your only goal, you have several other goals. You understand what I'm saying? Finances, the same. Very important. This is very important to me. Very important. And it starts with knowledge. Knowledge. I want to read books. Read books that help me organize. So my first book for the year for finance is The Millionaire. I just want to recommend this book to you. Fast Lane. The Millionaire Fast Lane. Is it a Millionaire Fast Lane? Yes, I think it's a Millionaire Fast Lane. Millionaire Fast Lane. It's a good book. That's one of my first books on finances. But I have a goal to read a certain number of books by the end of the year. At least 4 books. 4 books. So every quarter, challenge myself to read 1 good book and make notes on them. It's part of my goal. Make notes. Make notes. Make notes. And come up with a theme of what I find from the book. Are you with me? Are you with me? So here, it's very critical. Now you're setting goals that are relevant, and they focus on specific areas. Are you with me? If you just joined, I want you to go back to the beginning. Trust me. Because you see, other than that, you're going to set goals like you've always done. And that is not tied to nothing. It's very difficult because you see, when I think about where I want to be in 5 years, when I'm 41 years, my goals has to match up. And because I cannot do everything, we have a method through the wheel of life to select what's relevant for this year that I can set goals based on. And the goals have to be smart. Not just for show of the idea of, smart, no, but that you could actually test your goal towards it. See if it meets. Because remember, when you take your time and you do it once and for all, it becomes a lot easier for you. It becomes a lot easier to follow. You don't want to set something that you cannot follow. No. Now, when you're done with that, the next thing you want to do, I told you I'm walking you through that. I'm not leaving you hanging. You're going to break that down. That was annual, okay? So I said the annual. And the areas, career was one of mine. And under career, I said shoot 4 videos monthly. I always forget a motivational. Something that encourages people. Motivational videos monthly. Okay? So shoot 4 videos monthly. That's the annual. Now what you want to do is to move to the next level. Okay? Now you've already worked this through the SMART method, which I showed you. You've already worked that through. So you know these are solid. So now what you're coming to do is now break that down into quarters. So the year has 12 months. And you have 4 quarters. All right? 4 quarters. And each quarter has 3 months. So you're about to break your goals, your annual goals down into quarters. So at the end of every quarter, so now calculations come here. The reason why the SMART is very important and is measurable is it helps you in breaking it down. So that you see, when you give a vague goal, it's hard for you to be able to track it. You want to give a goal, you want to write a goal down and craft a goal so you can be able to track it. It helps you with accountability so that when the month comes, you don't just tell yourself, oh, I said this and oh, I did some, I didn't do some. But you can track it. You can track it and say, yes, I did what I said I want to do. I want to run once a week. So if I want to run once a week, how many weeks and each quarter? Now you need to do some math. Are you with me? So let me make it easy for you. Let me use the 4 motivational videos. That's what I want to shoot every month. So in a quarter, how many videos am I expecting to shoot? January to March. So January to March. Based on this first goal, how many videos am I expecting to produce from January to March? 12 videos. If 4 videos a month, and we have 3 months, 3, 4, 12. So it means at the end of March, I should have 12 videos that is published. Or better still, that I've shot. And doing what I want to do with it. Are you with me? So now I have the chance when I go to my monthly to now break it down. 4 videos. In January, how many videos do I want to shoot? But you want to break your goal down into quarters. So the first quarter, so that you can now measure first quarter, how did I do? By the end of the March, I pick a time just like you're doing right now with your goals. You pick a time and find out, okay, here are the things I said. I said, in my career-wise, to help me, I want to record 4 motivational videos monthly. In a quarter, we have 3 months in a quarter. So in the first quarter, how many videos was I supposed to record? 12 videos. So now I can evaluate and say, hey, this is the videos that I said I'll shoot. Here are the videos. I shot 4 videos in a quarter. Now, this will help you go into the next quarter to devise strategies to be able to meet up the things that you said you meet up. When you do the first quarter, it becomes a lot easier to flow that way. So you take your health as well. Ask yourself in the first quarter, out of what I have in my health, I said I want to run once every week. And I want to box once every week. I want to eat a fruit at least once every week. So I want to box, I want to eat fruit, and I want to run once every week. Are you with me? So in my quarter, how many things do I need to do in that respect, health-wise, and at my health? In a quarter. Under my health, what am I supposed to do? This is my career. From January to March. So if I want to run once a week, how many weeks are in the month? 4. So it means every month I want to run 4 times. It means every 2 months I want to run 8 times. It means that at the end of the first quarter I want to run 16 times. I want to have run 16 times, and I have to find a way of tracking it. 16 times. That is accountability. So my year is occupied. I don't have time for a lot of nonsense. Then you move to eating fruit. I have to track that I've eaten fruit at least once a week. If I eat once a week, it means that 16 times I need to eat a fruit for the first quarter. The first quarter, I want to have box. I have a boxing thing that I built because I know it's important to me. So I want to box at least once a week. So at the end of the week, at the end of the first quarter, 16 times I'm supposed to box. So in my health goals, I'm tracking them. And it's not just one thing, it's other things. So I have to take each one of them and break it down into the quarters. So I know that in the first quarter, when March comes around and I sit down to evaluate my week, evaluate my months that leads up to my quarter, I was able to accomplish these things. But you see, it's not enough to leave it at a quarter stage. Once you've broken down into quarters, now it sounds like it's a lot, but I'm telling you that will keep you very organized and very focused. So you realize that you don't have a lot of free time to play around. Like you don't, because really you don't want to. If you really want to accomplish the things that you've put down, it doesn't matter whether you're starting from ground zero. It means that you have a lot of work to put in, and you cannot have a lot of time to waste around. And when you don't plan properly, then you have a lot of time to spend on things that does not matter. If I have 16 times to run, 16 times to eat a fruit, 16 times to box, and I do the same for my finances, the same for my career, read all these books that I want to read, which is achievable. There are not so many stuff that I need to do, but they are very important. When I break them down, I don't have time to play around, because every week if I have to record a video and I spend time wasting on so many things when I have to prepare for my video, I cannot do that. It sounds simple as recording one video a week, but it's actually a lot, because when you now involve all the other time wasters, I mean, think about this. If you think about the general things that is people do compulsorily, like sleeping, like eating, like brushing your teeth, like going to the bathroom, like all those things that people do, travel time, all of that. When you think about all those hours, trust me, half of this is already gone. So now you're battling to utilize a very small amount of time. And that's why if you're not specific, and if you're not time bound, if you're not calculative, and if you've not broken your goals down, it becomes very difficult. So take your time. If you have to pause the video and take your time and then do each one. I had to take my time and do each one. My team had to take their time and do each one. My wife had to take her time and do each one. In a workshop just like this, all of us had to do it. And you have to commit to it. That's how your year can be more purposeful. And you wonder why some people are achieving stuff and some are not. You wonder, how the heck I knew this guy? How did he become so good? I knew this guy. How did he get all this money that he has? I knew this guy. I knew this lady. How did she find this? Because she's intentional. Because he's intentional. Because he's planning. Yes, there's some people getting stuff out of luck, but I didn't want to play that type of gamble. No. They said the race is not for the swift, not for the fast, the strong, whatever. It's a time and chance. Time and chance. That's your greatest asset. That's what you have. Time. That's your greatest asset. So you want to utilize it by planning. So all you need is a day. Sit down and then plan it. Like, if for real, if you cannot sit down to really plan, it looks like it's so much. How can I sit down to plan every quarter to plan? No, it's possible. All you need is sit down one day and then plan. Even if it takes you 2 days, plan it. Once you have it, that's it. You don't lose it. So when you watch this video and you really follow, all you have to do is to sit your ass down and then plan your year, the rest of your year. Plan it. So if you've already wasted 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month, now you have the rest of the month to deal with. Are you with me? Then you move to monthly and ask yourself, okay, monthly, now January. If 12 months, 3 months, I need to record 12 videos. Every month, I need 4 videos. When you break it down to weekly. And you can, from the monthly, you can plan it every month. So once you have the quarterly, what you now have to do is to go to the monthly. The monthly, every month, take 1 day and ask yourself, okay, here's the ultimate goal that I wanted to accomplish for the year. I wanted to record 4 videos. I wanted to read 4 books. I wanted to do this. Okay, so every quarter, I wanted to do this. Okay, so this month, I had 4 books to read, or I had 1 book to read. I had 3 books to read. I had 10 pages to read. I had however you had. So that month, you set a goal that this month, so I have 4 books to read for the quarter, compulsory books, 4 books. Let's say on finances. Yes, for finances, 4 books. So every quarter I have 1 book. So 3 months I have 1 book. So when I take the book, I look at the book and I divide it. I do a calculation. I take the book, I check the number of pages. Okay, so every month I need to read 100 pages to finish that book in 3 months. Very well. Yes, for someone who's a very fast reader, they can finish in 3 months. But no, I'm not trying to rush. So I listen to audio. I read a physical book. I listen to summaries. So all of that within one month. I know I have 100 pages to deal with. At least to have read 100 pages for the month. So if I need to read 100 pages for the month, every week, how many do I need? So this week when I'm setting my goals for the week, I know that this week I need to read at least, let's say, my math. Let me say 100 divided by 4 is what? 25. So I have 25 pages to read when it comes to that portion. So every day when I'm setting my goals for the week, I have a diary. Go by a diary that gives you the day and it gives you the time, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. and you have the week. So when you set those goals, so at the end of the day, you know that today, when I'm setting my goals for the week, I need to read 25 pages. So 25 pages every day, at least I need to read, let's say, 5 pages. So when I'm building my day, when I'm drafting how I want my day to go, I need to put somewhere that I'm reading five pages to read. I find a perfect time to read that. And I block out some time that is deep work. In other words, those times is uninterrupted. So maybe your time, maybe you go to 9 to 5. So your 9 to 5, you close at this time. You wake up at this time. So you know what your timing is. So you set your time and say, okay, so my reading is going to be done at this very hour. And this hour I need to read 5 pages. So you said that. So on your day, when you're planning, you know you need to read 5 hours because based on your schedule for the day. And that's how you can build with a limited time that you have. Are you with me? Time with Billionaire Nee